Okay, so welcome everyone. We're so happy that you could come, and a big hello to whoever is watching the recording. Doris and Michelle and I were just excited to put this class together. If you're here, it's likely because you're busy and you would like some tips on how to work smarter and more efficiently. So we hope to share a few things that we've learned along the way or that have been shared with us. Some of these things we picked up at retreat. And first of all, though, I think we'd each like to give a quick introduction. My name is Tanya, if I didn't mention it already. And the reason why I came to Young Living in the first place was it was at a time in my life where I was very unwell in every sense of the word, physically, mentally, emotionally. I truly had hit the bottom. And so I looked to Young Living to find ways to eliminate the toxins from my life so that I could give my body a fighting chance to heal. And I was looking for emotional support from the oils. And initially, all I wanted was to just pay for my products. That's all I wanted to get out of this. But I very quickly grew to love Young Living as a company. Their ethical farming practices, their ethical business practices. And I had to admit that I was kind of having fun. I enjoyed the work. I was gaining more confidence on social media. And so I started to get a little more excited. I started to dream a little bit bigger. And it wasn't long before it switched from a hobby to something that I really put effort into and want to succeed at. So that's my little background. I don't know, maybe Doris, want to go next?
Hi, I'm Doris. So for me, I've been now sharing for probably 3 years, but what brought me to the oils, I was dealing with being just stuck in survival mode, because I wasn't just a cancer survivor, but I was managing daily living with a little boy that has severe food allergies, like life and death. So it has been over 3 years that we dealt with the full anaphylaxis situation where he stopped breathing, and I had to use epinephrine, which was just a whole level of scary. So at that point, it just felt like my brain got stuck in fight flight mode, just survival mode, basically. And I finally took a chance on Young Living oils because I had been using oils forever, but they were not really helping. And frankincense and stress away were the oils that finally helped to calm my brain down, to get me out of that stuck feeling, and just be able to kind of focus more on we can do the best we can with what we have, So for me, that was just the tip of the iceberg. That was just the beginning, but that was enough to push me to want to share. And we started sharing because we live life on a very tight budget. We keep things very simple. I stay at home and I homeschool. And so when I found out that we could build a business from my phone without anybody managing me, which was a big deal because I didn't want anybody to be telling me what to do and when to do it because I'm a busy mama. I was like, let's go ahead and try it. So at this point, my team has helped over 170 plus families to start finding healthy alternatives for their day-to-day living. And it is simple. I will say it is simple, but it's hard at the same time. But I have found it deeply fulfilling, just like Tanya mentioned. And for me, I came for the oils. I stay because the oils work and because of this amazing community that we have here. And I'll pass it along to Michelle.
Hi, girls. So I'm Michelle from Cleaning with Michelle, and I've been a housekeeper for about 19 years now. And about 4 years ago, I was in much need of hormonal support. My poor husband needed me on some sort of hormonal support. So as I started researching what affects your hormones, I learned that cleaning products have a major connection with our hormone balance, our endocrine system. So I was floored with everything I was learning, fragrance, cleaning products. So I started to slowly, it's been 2.5 years, a little bit more than 2.5 years, slowly ditching products. The first thing that went were my cleaning products, and I started to drastically feel the difference. So I had that need to share to others how I was feeling and how I was getting there. So that's when I started to share what was making me feel better, what I had found. And cleaning your house is very important. So everybody does it. And little do we know that the products we use to clean our homes is what's causing our bodies to be so toxic. And so that's why I started to share, because I know that the air pollution, there's so much more air pollution in our homes than there is outside most of the time. So, you know, that was something that was really important to me. And I wanted to start sharing that with everybody. So that's how I got here. I started off in April of 2020. So that's why. And so because of that, we wanted to share a little bit of, you know, all of us here, I think we have the same similar backgrounds. So our life is busy and we have more important priorities, right? And so that's the reason why we wanted to share this with you girls, because you can still grow a business amidst our busy schedule. And that's why this meeting or this class is going to be super short. So we are going to go with some of simple things on how to share, right? So one of the biggest things that we have learned is how to share your link. I think a lot of us here are already sharing, right? I think the majority of us are sharing, but we want to, something very basic. A lot of times we don't think about this, but how to add your link on your stories. Okay, so something very simple. Let me go ahead and get my my account here going. Let's see. Okay. Let's hold on, girls. Okay, share screen. Okay. All right. Do you guys see that? Yeah, okay. So we all know this landing page. This is, I am logged into my account and I don't, where can I put you girls? So, okay, I think that's gonna work. Okay, so here is your account. Okay, pretend this is yours. You might have more rewards than me. Save those, girls, save your rewards. Okay, so we go down to share YL. Okay, you go down here. I usually do it on my phone because that's where I, you know, can copy the link and we go ahead and put that on our story, whatever product we want, and you just copy the link and you can put it on your any story, any information you want. Also, you can also have this link copied onto your notes. Sometimes you want something, you know, you're at the store, you're talking about it, you want to airdrop it to somebody, you want to send it to someone, you can also do that. So this is one way that can be super easy on how to share your link with anybody and on your stories. Okay, another thing is, this is something new to me that I wanted to share with you girls. You girls probably already know this, a wish list. Okay, so we go back to wish lists. Okay, let's click on that. So here, this is where we can create specific bundles for specific friends. Let's say you have a friend that has, you know, she wants the thieves cleaner, but she also has her babies don't sleep well. So you just want to create something small. So let's pretend we're going to create something for, let's say Liz. So new list, we're going to click on new list and we're going to name it. What you can name it whatever you want, but in my brain, so it can be easier and more organized, I'm going to put the customer's name on it. So we're going to put Liz's bundle. bundle, create list. Okay, so we can go here and start thieves, and you add the thieves household cleaner comes up, or all of the thieves items come up, and we add. Okay, then we're going to continue adding. Let's say she needs some lavender for her babies. Lavender essential oil, we're going to add it. So you just go ahead and continue adding whatever you feel that your friend needs. Who doesn't need digize, right? So we're going to do a digize. We're going to add digize to her bundle. So you guys see how it's so easy to make a bundle for a specific friend. And so here, all we do is share, right? And generate the link, okay? And copy link. And we're going to, that's already copied onto your phone or onto wherever device you're using. And then you just create that message to that friend and send it off. Here you go, friend. Here's a bunch of products that I think are going to be really good for you. Go ahead and look at them. If you have any questions, let me know. You send that off and your friend could go through the entire list and they decide which ones they get. So because that you see here, let's see if you can see it. You see my mouse here? You see how it's already has my name and my enroller information. It just makes it easier for you to have them on your team, and they don't have to create or plug in your information. It's already plugged in there and it's already connected to you. So that is something, you girls, that I thought was super cool, and I wanted to share that with you girls because you can do this for anybody. You meet somebody at the grocery store. Oh, here, I can send you a bundle according to what we talked about. Boom, you just send it to them. And then they can decide what they're going to, according to their budget, they decide what they can grab. So you can delete them, you can edit them. So yeah, and you can make all kinds. As you can see, I just learned about this. So I'm going to start making different types of bundles. Like, here, let me stop sharing. Okay, so we can make bundles for hair growth. We can have bundles for anxiety. We can have bundles for cleaning, just different specific bundles that we can create for that specific customer. Okay, so I thought that was something really, really cool. If you girls have any questions about that, let us know. But that is how to share your link and how to do a wish list. And I think a wish list is a genius little tip that we have now that Young Living has given us, and makes it a lot easier to share your enroller number with a potential, customer. Yeah. So I think that's it for me for now. And I think we're going to turn it over to Doris.
Yes, thank you, Michelle. So I'm going to talk about the power of sharing consistently, showing up genuinely. So you're going to, if you follow me on my page, if you are ever like I talk about being genuine and being consistent. You got to show up. You got to be genuine. You got to make the connection. So I'm going to talk about how my sharing journey started and how I have seen the success, like in the sense of like how being consistent and genuine has led to me being where I'm at now and continuing to grow my business. So for me, I started with a very simple challenge. It wasn't a simple challenge. It felt very hard when I was in the midst of it, but I grew a lot. I did a 10-day mentorship, which now we have a 30-day mentorship with Oak Tribe, which I say, do it. If you're ready to do it, do that, because whoever's your sponsor will be walking you through it. We'll be doing it together. But it's a great way to just get started. But I started with a 10-day one. It felt more like a crash course for me. But I wanted to know what was involved with sharing. So I said, sure. So I did this 10-day and I was like, oh, okay, this is simple. I can do this. I can show up on stories and put what I'm diffusing, or I can share a little bit of my why story or whatever it is. And then, even though sharing your why is not easy, but it gets easier. Then I did a 30-day challenge with Yanni. And so my sponsor, the person that I kind of worked right along with was Yanni. And she said, Doris, to a group of us, she said, let's do 30 days where we just share one oily thing a day. And because I was starting my business just right off of my phone, I was like, I can do that because I'm using my diffuser every day. I can do that because I'm doing my frankincense every day, like a drop of it. I can do that. It is simple. But the hard part is the consistency part. But I did it. I was like, I can do this. I can do 30 days. Well, then I discovered that there's a key to 90 days. Showing up 90 days. And I was like, okay, well, that seems a little bit more intense, but I can do the same thing. So I'm sharing what's in my diffuser every single day. What am I diffusing? Okay, it's one story. That's it. Or if you're loading up your diffuser, it's 4 stories. Here's the oils, here's the water. I turned it on, done. I'm diffusing this because things are hectic around the house. I'm diffusing this because I need to calm my brain down. I'm diffusing this because the kids are just super wild today. Whatever it is, I'm diffusing this for this simple reason that already got conversations started in my DMs. People were curious. And I'm not here sharing the science behind all of this because I didn't know. All I knew is that it was helping me. And that's all people want to know, is that it's helping you. It's giving you some relief. They don't need to know the ins and outs. Now I love to understand the science. Now I like to understand why frankincense helped my brain so much. But back then, I just wanted to have some relief. And when someone's getting started, all they want is a little bit of relief. That's it. I'm not here to solve all the problems. I'm just here to give you a little bit of relief. Maybe this oil might help. So thinking of it that way, instead of being like, oh, well, I need to know all the things before I show up on here. No, nobody knows all the things. We know this. Nobody knows all the things. But I know enough to say frankincense may give your brain some calm. Peace and calming helped me to finally sleep through the night, and my kiddo too. It's that simple. This is giving us some rest. This is giving us some relief. This is giving me a little bit of energy, a little boost, whatever it is. This is helping with like happy feelings during these sad months with the weather that's changing. It is that simple. We overcomplicate it. We overcomplicate it. I'm just stating a fact. Like, oh, it needs to be just so. No, it doesn't. Nothing's ever just so. Just show up consistently and genuinely with something that's actually working. That's it. Success is in the follow through. Success in the keep showing up. Because then people are like, oh, Doris, man, she sounds like she's a mess. She's always talking about her brain and needs calm. Her brain and needs, oh, this girl is all of a sudden like, Doris, I think I need some frankincense. Like, yes, you do. Most people do. So it's that simple showing up consistently. I'll tell you what happens. I showed up for 30 days on my stories. It was quiet. It was crickets. I showed up for 60 days. Someone little heart, little comment. I showed up 90 days. 90 days. I'm telling you, it's almost to the T. I had 2 people say, I want oils now. And my husband said, I want my own kit now. Why? Because the oils were working and Doris was better. So you want to have some fun, you can go back to the beginning of my Instagram page and have some fun just watching me starting to share and be like, whoa, man, she's come a long way. So that is the power of consistently and genuinely sharing what's working for your family. You don't need to know everything. You just know what's working for you. Start those conversations, connect with people genuinely. You're not here to be like, you need oils, do this now. No. You're just here to like, this is what I'm doing. I own it. I love this. And then someone's gonna be like, oh, I want some of that too. Eventually. I've had people 3 years following me on Instagram, 2.5 years. I'm like, now they're saying, oh, I've been watching you for XYZ amount of time. I'm right. I want oils. Like, okay, cool. I'm here for you. You don't want it? Okay, cool. I'm here for when you do want it. And you move on with your day. Get comfortable with the no's, because throughout all those no's, you're going to get the yeses. So I think that was basically what I was going to share. If you are interested in the mentorship, reach out to any one of us or whoever invited you today, because we are happy to kind of walk you through how to get started with that. And if we are your sponsor, we will be there for you throughout that mentorship as your partner. So I believe I'm passing it over to Tanya at this point.
Yeah, I had one more quick tip to share with you guys that will save you a ton of time, and it's the easiest thing you can do. One thing we're blessed with in Oak Tribe is lots of beautiful graphics. Crystal and her team go above and beyond. We have graphics for classes, graphics for products, just informational graphics. You're going to find them in other business Facebook groups too. And before you know it, you will have more pictures of Young Living stuff on your phone than you do of your family and your kids. And it's going to be just a hot mess. At least that's what it was for me. So right away, before it gets to that point, just use that feature in your phone where you have albums. You can create albums. I did not do that right away, and it would take me forever to search for a graphic that I knew I had, and I was going through thousands of pictures trying to find them. So on my phone, you just click on the picture. There's a little arrow at the bottom, and it brings you to albums. And be specific with your albums. Try not to be too general. Like if you just create an oil one, well, there's a ton of oils. You're still going to be searching. So get really specific. Same thing with supplements. Create ones for different supplements, maybe ones that you want to share specifically about the business, maybe with new brand partners that come your way. Just try to be organized in that way to save yourself a lot of time down the road. And that's all. That was the only tip I had there. I don't know if Doris or Michelle, you had anything else, or if I should wrap it up.
Yes, we wanted just something really quick that we wanted to share is, so we had Dan, but I forget his last name. He's our, what is it? Regional manager for from Young Living. He went to Oak Tribe the last day, and he talked about 3 things, and that's what we wanted to share with you girls is contact, invite, and follow up. Contact, invite, and follow up. So contact, we have to think of, we're human. Everybody else that we also are talking to, or that are watching our stories, or that we see at the grocery store, they're human. So we want to connect with them where they're at. And you guys heard at the very beginning, we opened up with our story. Okay, you each have a story. So share your story, be comfortable sharing your story. And if you, and think about it, think of when you're scrolling on Instagram, we really just have like 10 seconds for someone to catch our attention. Otherwise, we'll just scroll through. So he encouraged us to share our story in 30 seconds. So if you guys can, bring down your, or simplify your story in 30 seconds, that would be great. And another point that he made was love on people. And contacting could be deciding on how many people do you want to contact in one day. Okay, we all know that these oils and these products are great because we see how they're benefiting our family, and even, friends that we're helping, we see how it's helping them. So definitely we want to continue sharing. Someone has a headache, you want them to know that there is this natural alternative, right? So if you want to think of 2 people a day that you want to connect with, not connect with, hey girls, so I started this business and I wanted to share with you these oils. No. That's not connecting. That's kind of gross, and so we don't do gross like that. So just like, that's what we want to do. We want to connect as humans. How are you? How's the family? The last time you guys connected, whatever, connect with them. And then, in several conversations later, you're going to come, also, what did you do during pandemic? Or, how did your family cope during pandemic? And that's when we can share how we got into oils or how they helped us during pandemic. And also, every time we enroll someone, we can ask, Do you know of anybody else that would like or needs these products? Okay, so then there is another lead that we can have. Okay, so that is one way that we can connect. That's how we contact and connect with people. The other one is invite. So when we without inviting, nothing happens. Nothing happens if we don't invite. Okay, so what can we invite people on social media to, right? That's like weird. What can we do? Well, hey, I'm having a class on oils and big emotions. Do you want to join? Or, and remember, we have to treat our Instagram page as our store. You know, Doris has beautifully explained that her Instagram page, it's like her coffee shop. You know, so we want to be able to have that same spirit when we are on Instagram. So we want to invite people into our shops, into our stores, right? And invite them for an oil class, invite them for, hey, even a Zoom coffee. You know, let's have a Zoom coffee date, you know, on Zoom. So that is how we invite. We always want to invite them so they have a decision to make. Yay or no. And like Doris mentioned, there will be a lot of no's, a lot, and it's okay. I think all of us, I think we're all used to, no, I'm not interested right now. I think we're all used to that. Well, when it comes to this business, it's the same thing. Okay. And one thing that also would be good to do is right away tell them the price. You know, because that's a big determining factor, is let people know right away, you know, the price. Let's not linger. Let's not be embarrassed, because we all know good products are not cheap. We just know it's not. So let's share your story in 30 seconds and share the opportunity of the business too. That was one huge mistake I did at the very beginning. Is I did not share the business side of Young Living. And we just leave, we sometimes make the decision for our viewers. Oh no, they don't want it. Oh no, they can't afford it. Oh no, they're too busy. Let them make that decision. You know, it's not for us to make it for them. So then the third point is follow up. So let's continue following up until they allow it. And we know when they allow it, you know, we know until they don't want it, right? And if they say no, it's a no for now. You know, it's just a no for now. And this is something that was very hard, or could be challenging, is how to follow up, like what to say. Can someone tell me exactly what to say? Like that was always my thing. Can you write it out for me and I'll just copy and paste, you know? Well, again, following up is so easy as, hey friend, I'm hosting an oil class. Would you like to join? Okay. Then she comes after, hey, so what did you think? You know, what did you think of the class? So just questions like that can be very beneficial for those follow-ups. And just remember this, girls, businesses can run dry very, very fast. That's the reason why consistency is very important. So if we're doing these three things, you know, every day, our business is going to keep going. There's going to be, you know, slow days or slow months, but if you're consistent, your business is not going to run dry. So what we want to do is contact, invite, and follow up. Okay. And be human as we do it, you know, and no gross salesy stuff from Young Living, from us, from our team. You know, so yeah, girls, so that's what we wanted to share with you. And we have more to share from the retreat, so we will do that in another day, because we just wanted to make this very short for you busy moms. Yeah, so Doris or Tanya,
I'm going to hand it back to Tanya in a sec, but I just wanted to give one little exciting reminder. We're in October, right? And November is next month. So heads up, this is like the most exciting time of the year for us. People have been kind of holding back from spending, have been, oh, I don't know, but they're waiting for now. Literally, like they're starting to think about it. So start sharing because you're gonna see, if you're sharing now consistently into November, you're gonna see the results of that. I will speak from experience. It's like, oh, that's exciting. I didn't think anything was gonna happen. And it does, because we're showing up consistently and genuinely. So I just wanted to give you that little insight into what our experience has been, even over the past, this is gonna be my third November now. So, and our first November, they like canceled Black Friday for us, and it was still mind blowing. So just a little peek into the excitement that kind of starts to stir up now during this time of year. And now on to Tanya.
Yeah, I just had, excuse me, a couple final thoughts about mindset, because in this business, mindset is everything. It really, really is. You've probably heard it said that whether we think we can or we think we can't, we're right. And that is so, so true. So you're going to find that you have a ton of support right here in Oak Tribe, but maybe you don't feel it so much outside of Oak Tribe with friends and family. And that's going to happen. You might be worried what others are thinking about you. You might feel like you're being judged. At times you're going to feel stuck, that nothing's working. Likely you are going to feel like quitting a time or two, and that's just normal. But this was mentioned by both girls, which I think is interesting because I have it in my notes too, is again, get comfortable with no's. It's no reflection on you. It's just part of this business, and save your energy for the yeses. Those are the people you want to pour your energy into and get excited about. There's a quote that I read. Let's see where I wrote it. I loved it. It says, it takes 20 years to become an overnight success. So there's no such thing as overnight success, you guys. No such thing. It just takes consistency. It takes hard work. Again, so much support right here in Oak Tribe. So find somebody that you can link arms with to cheer you on those hard days, to celebrate your wins, and just so many people that'll have your back right here. And that's all. That's all I had to say.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording. And if anybody has questions that is watching the recording, feel free to reach out to whoever sent you the recording. Feel free to reach out to any of us here. We will point you in the right direction, and we are here to support and encourage and cheerlead for you.